So on my way over here, I drove by that new aquarium they just built here in Scottsdale. You guys seen that? Yeah, I mean, when they were building that thing, I thought to myself, an aquarium in Arizona? Isn't that kind of like building a school in Arkansas? Right? I know. I should feel bad about that joke, but I don't. Right? I don't. Because in Arkansas, they've actually got a holiday where they celebrate both Martin Luther King Jr. and Robert E. Lee on the same day. I know. I guess here in Arizona, we should have a holiday for both Cesar Chavez and Joe Arpaio. Right? All right. But having the aquarium here does make more sense than having a zoo, right? You guys been to the Phoenix Zoo? Yeah, it's an awesome zoo, right? I love it. It's just so hot. Normally when you go to a zoo, you get out that little cartoon map and everybody gets all excited. Here in Arizona, you get out the map and what do? You plot your way from water station to water station just trying to get out alive. You know, and as you make your way through the park, there's evidence that there were others there before you. You know, the empty water bottles, the abandoned strollers, the sick and the elderly, you know. I mean, it's so hot, all the animals are just laying around like the morning after a big house party. You know, even the African animals are like, forget this, man, take me back to Africa. And then when you get to the end of the park, they make you go through this desert critters exhibit, you know, with the scorpions and the black widows. I mean, don't they realize we've got those at home, right? I remember my first scorpion when I moved to Arizona. You know, just walking down the hallway of my house, and my brain's like, hey, what's that? And there's this roach from hell with pinchers and a stinger on my wall. And I'm not real religious, but at that moment, I started praying to God. In fact, I started performing witchcraft. I was spreading white powder around the outside of my house and planting lavender plants. You know, as a protective parent, I get concerned. I'm like, I hope if somebody gets stung, it's one of the kids. I know that sounds mean, but let me just tell you, they will get over the physical pain of a scorpion sting long before they'll get over the emotional scars of watching their father cry like a baby. Right? So scorpions stress me out. You know what else stresses me out? McDonald's. Because they've installed these double drive-thru lanes. Have you seen these things? Now when you pull up there, you have to pick a lane. I normally think the biggest decision I'm going to make at McDonald's is whether or not to get that third Big Mac. You know, now I got to pick a lane, and then they make you merge back into one lane anyway, right? And how do they know we got back in the right order? I don't want to pull up there and get somebody's salad. You know? In fact, I went through this whole experience the other day. I'm driving to McDonald's, I'm daydreaming about Big Macs and milkshakes. You know, when I get there, and bam, there's that stupid double drive-thru. So I stop, and I start looking, I start counting the cars, you know? I'm looking for the guy on his cell phone, I'm looking for a van full of kids. And as I'm doing this guy comes out of nowhere and pulls into the lane next to me, making my decision for me. But what he doesn't know is we're in a race, right? You know how it goes. You pull up a little bit, you look over at him, you know, pull up, look over at him, and things were going really well. You know, I was going to make it there first. When the guy in front of me finishes his order, and he starts to pull forward, and then he stops. And I can't get to the window, right? And I can't get to the little speaker box. And I look over at him, and he's starting to pull up to the speaker. So I roll my window down, and I'm like, hey, can you hear me? They're like, yes, sir, what do you want? It's like, I want a Big Mac meal and 2 extra Big Macs. They're like, sir, I'm like, what? You're a Taco Bell. Dang, not again. That stressed me out. I'm just going to go inside from now on. Man. So, talk about ordering food. Whenever I order pizza, I order from a place that has an online system because I feel like when I call to order a pizza, like I'm being interrogated. You know what I'm talking about? Like as soon as you call, they're like, thanks for calling, please hold. And now you're sitting there in that holding cell waiting for the pizza interrogator to return. You know, because when they come back on, it's like, what's your phone number? Cash or credit? Take out delivery. What do you want? I don't know, I didn't do it. Slam the phone down. You know? You can't really slam the phone down, can you? It's just a piece of glass. Which is why I blame the iPhone for all the mass murders in America. Yeah, because we can't take our frustrations out on our phones anymore. I mean, you remember those good old-fashioned big clunky plastic phones you could really take your anger out on, you know? You could be on a phone with somebody like the cable company, you know, or your mother. You'd be like, fine, slam the phone down. All it would do is let out this little ding. like end of round one. You know? Now you could be having that same conversation and you'd be like, fine. All stressed out. Got to avoid McDonald's for a while. So my wife and I, we've been married for a really long time. But I still find myself getting in trouble for things that I didn't do. Like the other day we're watching this show, this guy knows what I'm talking about. The other day we're watching this TV show called Humans. Humans. It's obviously about, robots. Yeah. But the thing is, the lady robots are totally attractive. So right away I'm in trouble for something I didn't do. For something I can't do because it doesn't exist. And I'm in trouble because she knows what I'm thinking. She knows I'm thinking these robots will do things she's not willing to do. And she looks at me and she says, if you ever kissed a robot, I would no longer find you attractive. I'm like, come on, we've been married for 23 years. You find me attractive? Yeah, who knew? But I try to stay in shape for her, I know it's not working. But I did join a gym at the new year. In fact, I went in there for the first time a couple weeks ago to cancel my membership. Yeah, you can't phone that one in, they make you go in there, right? Yeah, you guys have been through the experience. So I go into the gym to cancel my membership, and I'm sitting there talking to this 19-year-old smiling muscle kid, and trying to explain to him why my health is no longer important to me, right? And as I'm doing this, he starts to get upset. He's like, I just don't get it, man. Don't you want to come here after work and burn off the stress? I was like, not really. I got a family waiting for me at home. I kind of need to stop by a bar and throw down a couple shots before I get there. Yeah, and I was kidding, but I think I hurt his feelings. He starts looking all sad, and I'm like, listen, man, it's not you, it's me. There are a lot of fat guys out there. You're going to find somebody, So we're dating now. So, speaking of sore muscles, it makes me grateful that we've got medical marijuana law here in Arizona. Anybody else? All right, yeah. All the comedians over here are like, yeah, let's do. But, we tried to legalize pot here in Arizona, but that law failed. And as soon as that went down, I don't know about you guys, but my back started to hurt. Started getting migraines, I felt a little cancery, Yeah, so I went in there and I got my card, and I went down to a dispensary for the first time. And if you haven't been through this, it's quite an experience. It's like combining back to school shopping with a candy store. They're like throwing stuff at me, like you need one of everything in this place. Now there's a limit. It's like 2.5 ounces or grams or milliseconds. I don't really know how this stuff works. I'm just glad Wendy's doesn't do that, But they give me all this stuff, and I take it home, and because I'm old, I don't know if the younger generation does this, but I put it in a cigar box, right? And so I've got all this cannabis stuff in my cigar box. And maybe some of you guys are going to be old enough to get this reference. But I'm staring at the cigar box, and all I keep hearing in my head is, who taught you to do this stuff? Anybody? The old public service announcement from the 80s? That's all I was hearing in my head. It's like, who taught you to do this stuff? Listen, I'm 49. For the first 47 years of my life, I never did a single drug. Never even tried them. So I'm staring at this, and I'm like, nobody taught me how to do this stuff. I'm staring in there trying to find like a dab or a blunt. I have no idea what to do. So I decided to start with the gummy bears. Don't worry, I did my research. I can hear, oh no, I did my research. I know it takes a while. So I popped in a gummy bear, and I waited a little while, and nothing happened. So I popped in another gummy bear, waited a little while, nothing happened. At which point I had two thoughts. The first one is, maybe I'm supposed to eat the whole bag. Yeah. But don't worry, I didn't do that. I almost did that, but I didn't do that. And the second thought was, I'm immune to marijuana. And as soon as I had that thought, I suddenly felt like I just downed a fifth of Jack Daniels or riding a roller coaster. I was totally freaked out. So I decided right then and there, no more gummy bears. No, I got rid of those things at Halloween. They were a popular house that night. Yeah. They kept coming back for Doritos. I was like, what are you guys doing, man? So I'll finish up with this one here. My wife and I, we decided to homeschool our kids. Because our attitude was, why should we trust our kids' education to the public school system? when they can learn math from two people who failed algebra 3 times, right? But it turns out that teaching math isn't even the hard part. The hard part is teaching history. Because how do you relate something that happened over 200 years ago to a couple of kids that used to just sit around texting and tweeting all day? Well, you got to put it in their context. So when I had to teach the Declaration of Independence, I put it like this. I was like, all right, kiddos, here's how it went down. The founding fathers decided to declare independence from England. So they all gathered around Thomas Jefferson as he wrote that famous text message. We're just not that into you, we're breaking up. Send. And then they waited around nervously for what must have felt like minutes. When a reply finally came in, they're like, what does it say? What does it say? It says, who is this? And right in that moment, John Hancock yells out. He tweeted, King George tweeted, says, at colonies, I'm coming for you, hashtag redcoats. Paul Revere starts tweeting, the British are coming, hashtag revolution. Patrick Henry posts a selfie to Instagram, give me liberty or give me death. And by the time Betsy Ross gets involved, the whole revolution ends up on Pinterest. All right, thank you, everyone. I'm Stuart Preston. You guys have been great. Thank you.